You're all welcome to today's news analysis. If you love clear talk, sharp facts, and real Nigerian politics, you're in the right place. Please like this video, subscribe to the channel, and turn on your notification bell so you don't miss what matters. Now listen closely. Something big just happened. Something that can shake 2027. Nasir El-Rufai has spoken. And his words are not soft. He said it clear. I am with Peter Obi till the end. Not maybe. Not later. Till the end. This did not come out of nowhere. This came right after Atiku said no ADC presidential candidate will step down for anyone. So today, we break it all down. No noise. No drama. Just power, timing, and cold political truth. Stay with me. El-Rufai did not whisper. He did not test the waters. He went straight to the point. I will support Peter Obi. Not just support. Support him as a Southern candidate. That single line landed like a stone in still water. It spread fast. It changed the mood. It forced people to sit up. Because this was not coming from a small voice. This was coming from Nasir El-Rufai. A man known for blunt moves. A man who does not speak carelessly. A man who understands power games better than most. In Nigerian politics, support is not free. Every word has weight. Every statement has timing. And this one was timed very well. This statement did not appear by chance. It came just days after Atiku spoke. Atiku was also very clear. He said no ADC presidential candidate would step down for anyone. That line also mattered. When Atiku spoke, many people thought it was a warning. Others saw it as confidence. But some saw it as fear. Because when leaders feel secure, they relax. When they feel pressure, they draw lines. Now put both statements side by side. Atiku says nobody steps down. El-Rufai says he stands with Peter Obi till the end. That is not coincidence. That is response. And that is why this moment matters. ADC has been walking on a thin road. The party has struggled to speak with one voice. Not because of weakness, but because of zoning. Zoning has been the silent fight inside ADC. Who takes the ticket? North or South? That question slowed everything down. Meetings dragged. Decisions stalled. Trust weakened. Peter Obi did not rush in. He waited. Not because he was unsure. But because the structure was not settled. In Nigerian politics, timing is survival. Join too early, you get trapped. Join too late, you miss the train. Peter Obi waited until December 31st. That date was not random. It was the end of the year. A closing of one chapter. And the opening of another. When he finally joined ADC, many people understood the signal. Something had shifted. Some agreements had been reached. Some assurances had been given. But even then, silence remained. No declaration. No loud campaign. Just quiet movement. Then El-Rufai spoke. And suddenly, the silence broke. By saying he supports Peter Obi as a Southern candidate. El-Rufai touched the core issue. Zoning. He did not avoid it. He did not dance around it. He faced it directly. That is bold. Because zoning is sensitive. It decides loyalty. It decides anger. It decides betrayal. Many politicians avoid it in public. El-Rufai did the opposite. He reminded everyone that Peter Obi is from the South. And that this fact matters right now. Why? Because 2027 is seen by many as a Southern window. A chance that may not come again soon. El-Rufai knows this. Atiku knows this. ADC knows this. That is why Atiku's statement sounded firm. And that is why El-Rufai sounded final. When El-Rufai says till the end, he is not talking about friendship. He is talking about strategy. He is saying he has chosen a side. And he is not looking back. That alone creates pressure. Pressure on ADC leaders. Pressure on undecided members. Pressure on Atiku's camp. Because once sides are chosen, neutral ground disappears. This is how cracks begin. Not with shouting, but with calm statements that refuse to bend. El-Rufai support tells us something deeper. He believes Peter Obi is sellable. He believes Obi can pull trust. He believes Obi can balance the map. This belief did not come overnight. It came from reading the mood. From watching voters. From seeing frustration on the streets. Nigerians are tired. They want something different. They want calm leadership. They want sense, not noise. El-Rufai sees that. And by speaking now, he is forcing the conversation early. No hiding. No delay. Just one clear message. Peter Obi is the choice. And the clock is ticking. Politics is not built on love. It is built on balance. In Nigeria, that balance has a name. Zoning. Zoning is not written in the law. But it lives in every serious political meeting. It shapes decisions before they are announced. It decides who waits and who moves. Right now, zoning is the real battlefield. Many Nigerians talk about parties, names, and promises. But behind closed doors, the real question is simple. Who gets power next? Since 1999, power has moved between North and South. Not perfectly. Not smoothly. But with an understanding. That understanding is what keeps the system calm. When it breaks, tension rises. This is why 2027 matters so much. If Bola Tinubu wins and completes another term, that will be the end of the Southern cycle. At least in the eyes of many power brokers. After that, the North expects its turn. This belief is strong. Not because it is fair, but because it is agreed. So 2027 is seen as a closing gate. A last chance for the South to hold power before it shifts again. This is where Peter Obi enters the picture. Peter Obi is Southern. That single fact gives him weight in this moment. Not because he asked for it, but because timing handed it to him. Atiku Abubakar is Northern. That fact works against him now. No matter his experience. No matter his reach. Politics can be cruel that way. This is why Atiku's statement shocked many. When he said no ADC candidate would step down, he was not just talking to rivals. He was talking to zoning. He was saying he would not move aside, even if the balance demanded it. That is a risky stand. Because zoning does not argue. It punishes. ADC understands this problem very well. The party wants relevance. It wants strength. It wants a real chance. But to get that chance, it must choose wisely. A wrong choice can split the party. A delayed choice can weaken it. And a forced choice can destroy it. This is the tightrope ADC is walking. Peter Obi's late entry was not hesitation. It was caution. He needed to be sure the party was ready. Ready to respect zoning. Ready to face pressure. Ready to stand firm. When he joined on December 31st, it showed that some doors had opened. But doors opening does not mean the road is clear. Inside ADC, camps are forming. Not openly, but quietly. Some believe zoning must be followed strictly. Others believe ambition should decide. These two views cannot sit together for long. El-Rufai understands this danger. That is why his statement was sharp. By backing Peter Obi openly, he forced the party to confront the truth. No more hiding behind committees. No more endless talks. Choose a direction. El-Rufai also sends a message to the north. His support tells northern voters that backing Obi is not betrayal. It is strategy. It says the north can wait its turn without losing its influence. This is important because fear drives resistance. When people fear exclusion, they fight harder. El-Rufai's voice calms that fear. It reassures some. It angers others. But it moves the game forward. Atiku's position now looks isolated. Strong, but alone. He has support. No doubt. But he is pushing against a current. And currents in politics are hard to fight. The longer ADC delays, the more the pressure grows. Voters want clarity. Donors want certainty. Allies want direction. Silence no longer helps. Zoning has turned from a background issue into the center of the stage. And once it is there, someone must pay the price. ADC cannot please everyone. That era is over. It must choose between comfort and victory, between history and hunger, between balance and ego. Because before speeches, before campaigns, before posters, power must first decide where it belongs. This is where everything becomes serious. Statements are no longer talk. They are moves. And every move now carries a cost. El-Rufai has crossed a line that cannot be uncrossed. By backing Peter Obi openly, he has tied his name to an outcome. If it works, he gains influence. If it fails, he carries the weight. This is why his statement matters more than headlines. It is a commitment. In Nigerian politics, powerful people rarely go all in early. They wait. They test the ground. They keep doors open. El-Rufai closed one door and opened another. That tells us he believes something has shifted. Not in theory. In numbers. Peter Obi represents more than a person. He represents a mood. A feeling many Nigerians already have. Frustration with old patterns. Anger at empty promises. Fatigue with recycled power. El-Rufai sees this clearly. And he knows elections are not won by speeches alone. They are won by emotion and belief. That belief is growing around Peter Obi again. Even without a declaration. Even without a flag raised. His presence is already shaping the field. That is rare. Atiku's position now stands in contrast. Firm. Unmoving. Defiant. But firmness can turn into isolation. Especially when the ground beneath is changing. Politics rewards flexibility, not stubbornness. ADC now sits in the middle of a storm. Whatever choice it makes will anger someone. There is no clean exit. If it leans fully towards zoning and Obi, it risks losing northern ambition. If it bends toward Atiku, it risks losing southern trust and youth energy. Delay will not save it. Delay will only weaken it. This is why El-Rufai's move is dangerous but smart. He is forcing speed. Speed reveals truth. When pressure rises, real loyalties show. Some leaders will speak. Others will hide. Some will switch sides quietly. This is how political maps are redrawn. Peter Obi may still be silent. But silence does not mean absence. In Nigerian politics, silence often means calculation. Every meeting, every handshake, every visit now has meaning. El-Rufai's support also changes how opponents prepare. Peter Obi is no longer seen as a solo figure. He is now linked to structure and strategy. That scares rivals. Because movements win elections, not individuals. Atiku understands this. Tinubu's camp understands this. Everyone watching understands this. That is why reactions will increase. Statements will multiply. Narratives will be pushed. Some will question motives. Some will attack character. Some will try to divide supporters. This is expected. When a path looks possible, those who benefit from the old road panic. 2027 is not close. But it is no longer far. The early story matters. Because first impressions shape long battles. El-Rufai has helped shape that story. Peter Obi is now framed as a serious option. Not just a popular one. That difference is critical. Popularity brings noise. Seriousness brings allies. ADC must now decide if it wants to be bold or safe. Bold choices change history. Safe choices protect comfort. But comfort does not win elections. The Nigerian voter is changing. More alert. More impatient. Less forgiving. They are watching alignment, not slogans. Who stands with who? Who avoids questions? Who takes risk? El-Rufai has taken his risk. Atiku has drawn his line. Peter Obi stands at the center of the tension. No one is neutral anymore. Even silence is a position. The next months will not be quiet. They will be tense. Slow pressure. Sharp moments. And when the final choices are made, people will look back at this moment. The moment words became direction. The moment support became structure. The moment the race stopped being theory and started becoming real. This is that moment.